Hi, Master Ken. I have a question for you. It's like an itch that's deep inside my mind.
Oh, sure. Let's see if we can get in there and scratch it.
What is the best way to attack the groin with a staff?
What's the best way to attack the groin if you have staph? No wonder that's causing an itch. Listen, what you're going to want to do immediately is get some hydrocortisone and some steroid cream. Then you're going to want to
No, a staff, a bow. I practice kobudo and the staff is just so hard to figure out.
Oh, well, that's different. To tell you the truth, most effective weapons are very hard. The only way to get good with it is to grab hold of it and handle it every day.
Oh, I am. Believe me, I've got blisters.
Well, don't worry. If you handle your weapon often enough, you'll develop calluses.
I don't know if I want that.
No, it's a good thing. It's the only way to get good at handling a much larger weapon.
Good point. It is long and hard and much heavier than it looks.
Yeah, great. So anyway, if you're striking from a distance, you're going to want to poke your opponent.
Okay.
So you're going to want to lubricate your front hand, then use the back hand to push it through. And remember, if your weapon is made of wood, you're going to want to polish your rod every day. That way you don't get splinters.
It's edible. How hard am I coming at you with my wood?
Well, as hard as you can in order to maximize penetration.
And what is that technique called?
That's a technique I call pegging. The idea is to insert the weapon into the opponent in order to gain total control. For instance, say my opponent is running away, I'm going to aim for the butt cheeks, inserting right into the anus hole, then I can steer him around just like a poopy puppet.
Perfect. That sounds like a technique I can really get behind.
Once your opponent is properly pegged, you'll have complete control over them.
And what about a more intimate encounter? Say my opponent and I are standing much closer to each other.
Well, in that case, you're going to want to go down on your opponent.
Should I be on my knees?
Exactly, because at this distance, your wood is far too long to be used effectively.
What if I hit them with my shaft?
Absolutely. Just be sure to use two hands.
I always do. Do you think this will make my opponent go down?
I wouldn't count on it. Just because you're willing to go down doesn't mean that they are. Selfish.
Right. And how do I finish them off?
If it were me, I'd rail them.
Ooh, I love the sound of that.
Well, you should. If performed properly, it's incredibly devastating. Just take your staff, lodge it in your hip, aim for the groin, and rail them as hard and fast as you can.
Hard and fast. Got it. And how will I know when they're finished?
Usually they make a noise. Something like, something like that.
That sounds familiar.
Then, as always,
Restomp the groin?
restomp that groin. Today's episode is brought to you by Cop vs. Killer, a new feature film from the creators of Enter the Dojo. Available now on Amazon, Tubi, YouTube, and Google Play.